Are you tired of working on your financial situation and your partner just doesn't seem to care? Do you have a big financial goal or a small financial goal and your partner is not on board? That's what we're talking about this week. We're going to cover 3 steps about how to make progress with your financial life when your partner just does not have the same goal.
Right. So point number 1 is to actually find some sort of common ground. It's kind of hard to do that when you don't know what it is that you really want. So we suggest that you and your partner sit down and talk about what it is you really want. What you want are goals. So we suggest you find common goals, where your goals overlap. Back when John and I were first getting on track financially, one of the things that we realized was that we wanted to buy a house. At the time, we were living in a basement apartment where it was cold and dark all the time, and we knew we didn't want to live there. But once we started to talk about and set some goals around buying our own place, which we ended up buying a condo, once we ended up doing that, we were able to make a lot more progress financially. Now, this is something we've talked about before. We actually linked to a worksheet that's above in the article above. That worksheet is the hopes and dreams exercise. It's a great way, again, blame it on us, that you and your partner can sit down and talk about things that are important to you, how you want to make progress, and making that kind of progress together.
Exactly. So when you find that common ground, regardless of how big or small it is, whatever that goal is, large or small, start to work on that mutual goal together. And we have 3 sub-tips to work on that mutual goal. The first is to write it down. The second is to track it. And the third is to check in regularly. And this is actually something that David and I still do today. Our cleaning lady makes fun of us because we've got colored pencils that we write down our career, personal, and financial goals on our mirror so that we see it at least 2 or 3 times a day. This reminds us of what our goals are, and it keeps us on track for working towards those goals. And it's also a subtle reminder that we're working on these as a team. This is a group effort and not just a solo project.
Actually, absolutely. And actually, that's point number 3, that sometimes you have to go solo. When you can't do it together, you have to go solo. I know that applies to a number of things in life, but it especially applies to your finances. You have to make progress for yourself. You want to be in a better financial situation, you have to do this. So one of the things that we recommend here is setting some sort of small goal for yourself financially, something that you can achieve, something that you can then celebrate so that your partner sees it. So for example, maybe you're setting aside some money, saving some money so that you can buy something. Maybe it's a suit for a job interview or something like that. Once you are able to do that and celebrate it, then you're leading by example. And what that's going to do is that either is going to help your partner want to join you because they see the progress you're making, or they're jealous of what you're getting and they want to join you. Now, one caveat here, you have to remember that this step can only be done if you and your partner have separate finances. If you already have combined your finances, there's the potential that your partner could react negatively towards this, which could end up having a negative impact on your finances. So keep that in mind.
And that's a great segue into what we're going to discuss next week. The third question in this series that you asked us to talk about: when and how should partners combine their finances? We'll cover that again here in the Career Money Group next week, same time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. In the meantime, click the link above that David referenced, download the Hopes and Dreams worksheet, and find out what those common goals are. We would love it if you shared some of those common goals in the comments below of this feed.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Likewise, if you have any questions or comments about that exercise or anything that we discussed today, please ask them in the feed and we'll be sure to check them throughout the week. Otherwise, we'll see you next week, same time, same station.
Thanks again.